با عرض سلام و ادب و احترام خدمت همه شما دوستداران فرهنگ و هنر، در این ویدیو گزارش کوتاهی از ورکشاپ مجسمه سازی سرامیکی که توسط کارول از هنرمندان خوب مایوارد در مرسر آیلند ایالت واشنگتن خدمتتون ارائه میشه.
Okay, so I said, do you want me to stop and hollow so you can see that? Okay, yeah, okay. So, like I said, don't be afraid of hollowing because you did it once, you can do it again. So never be afraid of hollowing. So I would just, let's say it looks great, I'm all done. And so I would just take the wire, no, really, it's okay. Don't be afraid, run it through and then you just take. I know it's scary, but we have to get the clay out from inside, right? Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna take our big tool and yes. Yeah, although I do work sometimes on a pole, but if you have the pole in, it does make it that much harder to cut through. And it's just so rare to find like something that really is the same shape as the sculpture that you want to make. But you just approximate. Like sometimes I'll use a wine bottle, or sometimes I'll use a jar and cover it with newspaper. Not enough of a hollow, but like often I'll start with a paper towel roll. So just that. So that's a bit of a hollow, but not. We want.
So if you have a wine bottle,
yeah,
you have to break it to get it out.
Oh no, you just cut. You just like so. Say picture it coming out. Okay. So you cut around it, take this part off, and then we're gonna cut down here. So you should aim for 1/2 to 1 inch thick walls. Okay, and so just yeah.
What's the purpose of hollowing it, just besides weight?
So it's weight. It's also to make it fire correctly. And so we just did a friend of mine. We put it in my kiln. We used the slow bisque fire program. So it was like 80 hours, and we thought, what could go wrong? It's so slow. It's so long, and sure enough, she had not hollowed it, and one of the legs was just that much thicker than the other leg, and it cracked. Yeah, so you really do have to get the clay out so that it will behave correctly in the kiln. Okay, so pretend like this is all hollowed out like a cup, and then what I do, which is what I learned from the book, is let's see, I can use this, so pretend like that's all completely hollowed out, and some people just go like this with either a wood skewer or a pointed object, and then it's light and it helps the air get in and help dry the piece. Okay, so I try to have all of the inside of my sculptures look like this. Okay, but I mean it still needs to have the integrity. You don't want it to crack, but you can help it dry faster by doing this. And let's pretend this is all hollowed out to.
Hollow the neck out as well, or leave that solid?
No, I would go all the way down. And
Times would you cut it?
I cut it 3 times, and so I'll go down, like maybe I can go down this far, then I'll cut it right here, and then I'll turn that upside down, so I'll go from both the bottom and the top. Now, people have different ways. I like to hollow with completely horizontal cuts, because gravity is your friend. When you hollow with a horizontal cut, then you put it back together. So, I don't have a brush, but let's pretend this is a brush, and I'm going to show you. Yeah, you want to wet the edge, not the rest of it, but just the edge, and then you take your slipping and scoring tool, which is this one, and you go right. So I'm just slipping and scoring, and I would do that on this side, and then I would just put it right back, and the clay is very wet, so it's really very easy to put back together, and it would be so easy to repair this.
So how critical is it that the bottom piece and the top piece have the same thickness exactly, or does it have to be that exact?
It doesn't have to be completely exact, but you want to get it,
As close as you can.
yeah, I'd say within 1/8 of an inch, usually. Sometimes I'll look up my sculptures and say, oh, that was a cut line there, I can see a little edge. But the important thing is that the clay is wet enough to seal back together and not show as a crack when you fire it. Okay, so we're almost, it's just after 1. Does anybody have any further questions? Yeah, Debbie.
When you first started, did your hands get tired really fast because that's really stiff clay?
No, maybe because of my training as a classical musician.
Oh.
I have and I tell people this, just relax. So like if you're a classical musician, you develop a posture and a way of playing so that you can play indefinitely, because you might need to play indefinitely as a classical musician. You go to rehearsals, you go here, you go there, you're always playing all day. And so I try to take that approach also with sculpting. I try to stay very relaxed, and try to stay hydrated and everything, and take little breaks. But I don't really get tired. I sculpt both standing and sitting. I just didn't have a chance to bring my sculpture stands. Most people do sculpt standing in front of a sculpture stand, but I didn't bring it today. So, but either one is fine for me. I don't have a strong. The thing I need the Lazy Susan. I just need if I feel like I'm at a big handicap, if I can just spin it around. How does the back look? How does the front look? So I would miss my Lazy Susan, but I don't get tired. So yeah.
Carol would say scored wet, and you're just using little pieces of clay and tacking it on.
Yeah.
And why does it stay on? Why is she screaming at us that telling the
So what's her method again? I know she is a botanical, and I was in her class once, but so she would. So she would score every piece that she adds.
Right.
So so
is it the clay you're using, or is
it's the wetness of the clay. So I was in Kathleen's class, and she was Kathleen Skills, who is over at Seward, but she does more figurative work, and she was like doing this, and it stays because this part is the same wetness as this part, right? Now, with pottery, you have to be a lot more careful because the surfaces are so thin and so fragile. We don't have to. We can just go at it. We don't. Yeah, and it really does. Like you can see, it really does work. Yeah, just to kind of slap the pieces together but I do hollow, so.
I'm gonna go home and try that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just choose wet clay. Just choose wet clay and you'll be fine. Okay, any other questions? Thank you so much, and again, we're so sorry that Carol did not come, and we're going to try to have her next year.
بسیار سپاسگزارم که این ویدیو رو تماشا کردین. امیدوارم که لذت برده باشین و برخی از تکنیک های مجسمه سازی با سرامیک آشنا شده باشین. این هنرمند کارول معمولا کارهاش رو در ایالت واشنگتن نمایش میده. اگه خاطرتون باشه در نمایشگاه استودیو 103 هم از کاراش نمایش داده شده بود. همچنین این کارگاه رو میخواستم خدمتتون بگم که از سری کارگاهی هست که گالری مایوال در کامیونیتی سنتر مرسر آیلند ایالت واشنگتن برگزار میکنه به صورت ماهیانه پنجشنبه اول هر ماه در واقع یک کارگاه آموزشی هست که با هنرمندان، تکنیکاشون و عواملی که مرتبط با هنر هست و میتونه مورد استفاده هنرمندان ایالت واشنگتن باشه این جلسات برگزار میشه. خیلی ممنونم. لطفاً کانال رو سابسکرایب کنین تا ویدیوهای آینده رو ببینید.